I wanted to make this video to express my thoughts on the new recent update for version 3.0 of honkaistarrail. As some of you are watching right now, you may have completed Amphoreus Act 1. If you have not, this video does contain spoilers. I'll try to make this as quick and concise as possible. My commentary in this video is all my subjective opinion, so if you guys agree or disagree, I'd love to hear feedback in the comments below. This video will also be segmented into chapters, so whichever portion you are interested in hearing, you can choose to listen to that portion of the video. Hope you guys enjoy, so let's get started.
The path towards the future begins right here.
Going into this Amphoreus story, my mind automatically thought of this common expectation. Like any other mission, that this first act of a Trailblaze mission was going to be roughly 4 to 5 hours at the very maximum. Then brings my main point in addressing the elephant in the room in regards to Amphoreus. The story length. I always kept hearing it was a yap fest, with there being too much dialogue and unnecessary commentary. As I personally think dialogue is important in a video game with a story, it doesn't always have to be. But in the context of honkaistarrail, a gacha game from Hoyoverse, I want to say that the story is one of their main focuses, if not their greatest focus. I'm not going to compare starrail with its other Hoyoverse games because I think the other games are on their whole different level or playing field, so to speak, so I deem it unnecessary or irrelevant to make that type of comparison. Anyways, this whole act took me 4 streams, with some filler talking to chat and doing other things not involving the story at all. But going back through the footage, this whole entire singular act was 12 hours long, including, mind you, the different perspectives, puzzles, and the dialogue. I was reminded of some of the prior Trailblaze continuance missions before we came to Amphoreus. Them being when we returned to the Gianzo after semi-concluding our journey on Penacony, and even some of the Penacony continuance acts as well. The War Dance mission with Hunt March 7th, Hule, the Shackling Prison, and the newer Gianzo characters was pretty bad. Hule's dialogue volume was pretty low and there was a lot of dialogue. I thought those patches were straight up filler. I didn't necessarily love them, but they're not the worst. With the recent Penacony patches with Rappa, Sunday, and Fugue, Rappa's felt like it was severely strung out. Not gonna lie, I loved the events and story. The banana brain rot was a bit much for my liking, but I liked Rappa's character development and being experimented on to become an erudition character, but her philosophy she chose despite her tragic past was to be a galaxy ranger. And Sunday and Fugue have grown to become some of my favorite characters. Sunday having his own repentance journey and changing for the better, and Fugue being revived by the renowned Ruan Mei, reminiscent of past ventures with us, the Trailblazer, and Madame Yukong. Yes, we've been chatting for a while. Turns out she's an old acquaintance of yours. Who? Who dis? Yukong? Yukong! Yes!
Long time no see, everyone.
My woman. My Gianzo Foxian woman of the hour.
I remember. Back then, you were still young enough for me to carry.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna make me cry. Again. Gosh dang it, dude. These updates are some examples of giving background context on the upcoming story for the next patch. I believe that Act 1 of Amphoreus serves the same purpose, especially at the start of a story arc. The feelings and thoughts of the recent continuance patches are the same with Amphoreus, but it's also unfair to Act 1 for me to compare a continuance mission to Act 1 of a story arc. I just think it's unfair and unrealistic for Act 1 of Amphoreus to be 12 hours long, in contrast to Act 1 of previous arcs.
Being direct is always preferable.
Now, I want to discuss what I thought was good about the patch. The puzzles. The puzzles in Amphoreus were pretty nice and challenging, especially the constant changing between the day and the night cycle. They were honestly the only things that kept me going. After mostly paying attention to the story, I was confronted with completing a full room of puzzles. I didn't want to listen to characters talk the entire time, but I thought from Hoyo's perspective, to get my full attention again, they deliberately gave me puzzles to make me lock in and think hard to get even a small set of stellar jades. I think that was just my OCD, but I hope you get the picture. The voice acting. I know some characters' voice lines were cut out and not included, which I find quite sad and disappointing, but when certain voice actors spoke their lines, I was quite surprised on how good it was. Like this one.
Promise you.
I am Nikador, the Lance of Fury, the messenger of turmoil, and the embodiment of strife! Remember this! I am the scar that this world needs!
Holy voice acting. Oh! Dodung? Oh my gosh, wait, this is the other world. This is the future. They're still fighting. Oh my goodness.
Bless me! Grant me an end! Symphony warrior! Corpus Enos!
Yo, this is sick. Time to fight! And also, Silverwolf came back briefly, as well as the other Stellaron hunters as well. Let's dance, Ponder.
Let's dance, buddy.
Let's dance.
Let's dance. I don't have the characters for this!
Why do I have to be the standby support again? So boring. Hack successful. Condition recovered.
I also love the really cool scenery shots of Amphoreus. This giant sword, the constant daylight scenes, and the structures too. The cutscenes weren't half bad either. Yo, Finan! We meet Finan already? Yo! Whoa!
You've got something interesting.
Hey, yo? Nah, bro. Holy. Cutscene!
Immortal wretch. How amusing.
This place is gonna fall apart. What's happening with the sword? What? The involvement of each individual character in their own way, I felt like there was a lot of variation and balance between all of the characters in Act 1 alone. Maybe you guys felt like certain characters had more screen time than the other, but I thought we spent time with each character, from meeting Fanon and Triby to solving puzzles and getting through trials with Maide and Caceres. All of it felt pretty nice.
Who came up with this? Seriously, go rewrite it.
Now, I want to point out the things on what I thought was not that good. The sizes of each individual area. Yes, the fast bee balloons were convenient, but they had a specific timer to them. So whenever I was in a cutscene with dialogue, the time ran out and I wouldn't be fast anymore to get from mechanism to mechanism or from one area of the room to the other. Again, obviously the length of the act. With it being plenty of hours long, I think it would make players really bored of the game, of whom I empathize with. I know you're probably thinking, who has the time for this? And the answer is, well, anyone who has consigned their wallets, paychecks, and their sanity to Hoyoverse. On a real note, I understand not wanting to listen to hear characters talk for so long. I understand that some NPCs' dialogue is unnecessary. I understand wanting to get straight into the action or wanting all the answers immediately without putting in the work. I get it. Let me guess. Another puzzle room.
It's the same mechanism.
Oh my
We need to
freaking
connect the two
gosh.
braziers to a
Why? As much as this place is huge, it really hinders my immersion and my liking for Amphoreus right now. Ugh. Why is this so long? Why? Another puzzle room. Another one.
Such carnage. Whose desires does this festival truly serve?
Is this the last one? I think this is the last puzzle room. Oh my goodness. Why? Hoyoverse, why? I swear if we have to go through this again in Act 2, this is gonna be so painful. I know it's for immersion. I know like how much work they put into Amphoreus. That's awesome. It's just taking so long. I don't understand. I really don't understand. How much? How much left? How much left? Over here, dialogue. Over here, dialogue. Just skip all this. Teleport. I think we're gonna fight. Boom. Fight. We're gonna say it's over. Hurrah! We're done. We accomplished our goal, and then we go back, and then that's Act 1, right? Right? Tell me! Tell me right now! Tell me! Am I going insane? I'm going crazy.
It's still early. Where to now?
Now, if Hoyoverse listens to their community, I'd love for them to implement at least some of these changes I present. I keep saying this time and time again. The story does not have to be long to be good. Content is indeed good. The execution of the storytelling needs work though. I think that we're just getting through the quote-unquote boring stuff early to get into the nitty-gritty interesting stuff later down the line when we get to learn more about the Aeons, factions, concerning Amphoreus' history, and what the heck is even happening to March 7th. Oh, March! I'm coming in, okay? What is happening? Why is she covered in 6-phase ice again? No way! Are you serious? Are you actually freaking joking? No way! Oh my gosh. Goodness sake, dude. That's so freaking cringe. Oh my gosh. You can't do that to me, man. I hate this so much. I'm a lore enthusiast, so revealing and uncovering each world's history is super awesome to me. I really want the future Amphoreus acts to be shorter, but we're just going to have to wait and see. I'm sure there will be newer Echo of War bosses, elite enemies, calyxes, and characters to encounter as we keep playing this game, with provided and obligatory storylines to progress and content to unlock, in the hopes of them being short because we all care about getting those stellar jades to pull for the characters we want. I've witnessed countless times of people saying that if there's not enough content, the game is bad. But once the game developers put in content in terms of story, then players say the game becomes boring. Hoyoverse can never satisfy every type of gacha player, but there should always be balance between how much time is put into a good story and including immersive and fun gameplay and content. In conclusion, as a day one player since release and playing almost all of the limited content so far, I genuinely think honkaistarrail is a good game, with it needing critiques from its player base. They've definitely shown that with the quality of life updates. We've come so far since 1.0. With Amphoreus in 3.0 onwards, I think we are headed in a good direction. Let's just hope I'm right. That's all for this video. If you guys enjoyed this content, leave a like on the video and subscribe to a small channel like this one. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. I also stream too, trying to hit a 500 follower goal as well. Good luck on your polls. Hope you're all doing well. I love you guys. As always, stay safe, stay awesome, God bless, and have a good one.